Duchess of Cambridge met 150 children from one of her chosen charities at a theatre performance last night.
She went to see a production of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe with children from 12 different schools involved in the Art Room charity, where she's a patron.
Very nice to meet you.
It was one of the Duchess of Cambridge's rather less formal engagements, but no doubt one of the more enjoyable. While husband William was next door at Kensington Palace, presumably watching the football, the Duchess of Cambridge was in a tent with 150 schoolchildren. She was hosting them on a trip to see The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, a dramatic retelling of the C.S. Lewis novel, staged in the round with giant animal puppets.
I know, I jumped right to the end there.
In the interval, Kate and the children compared notes on the show and all agreed it had made a big impact.
She said a lot of kids are going to go back into their wardrobes and probably have a little look and see what's going on there. I think we've affected a couple little kids' imaginations tonight, which is really what it's about.
The pupils who accompanied the Duchess are from 6 schools in Oxford and London with links to the Art Room, one of Kate's charities which supports a wide range of children.
It could be a child who has recently suffered bereavement, a child who's living with some difficulties at home. So we work with them. They come during school time and we work with them around in a studio. We have 5 studios and we use art as a vehicle of actually helping them manage their challenges and their difficulties.
For half an hour, the Duchess mingled happily with cast and crew before strolling a short distance across the park and back home to her husband.
John Ironmonger, BBC News, Kensington Gardens.
Now we're going to meet some more people who've had dealings with the royal family just recently now.
In the last 24 hours?
In the last 24 hours, cooking for the Queen,
yes,
no less.
How do you make a dish that is fit for a queen? That was a challenge which was laid down to school children as part of a competition to help celebrate the Jubilee.
The winners got to dish out the meals to the Queen and the Duchess of Cornwall at Buckingham Palace last night.
Yes, they did. Joining us now are 2 of the lucky ones, Hamish and Annie from Latimer Arts College, along with their teacher, Carolyn Penny. Morning to you all. Thank you very much for talking to us this morning. Let's just talk about it first with you, Annie. What was it like having to serve these dishes to the Queen?
It was bizarrely intimate, actually, being there. First we went to, what was it, Miss Penny?
We went to Clarence House.
Clarence House,
right,
which was obviously where the princess grew up, and you saw all these pictures of them as babies.
We can see a picture of you now. That's not you individually, is it? That's some of your group.
Yes. There were 8 children altogether, accompanied by Miss Penny, who's a food technology teacher, and Miss Wise, who's head of the art department.
And Hamish, did you get a chance to talk to the Queen?
Yes, we did.
Go on then. What was it? Tell me the exchange.
Well, she approached and we all bowed in unison and curtsied at the same time, and she came to us individually and asked us things about what we did to actually help.
And what did you make?
I helped make the Elizabeth fans.
Which were, I've got the menu here. It's absolutely fantastic. I can tell you what they are, actually. They're a crisp fan-shaped phyllo shell with cheese quiche filling, baby asparagus, and a cherry tomato bow.
Yeah.
They sound difficult to make. Were they difficult?
Yeah.
Do you know if she's tried one yet?
Well, we weren't actually serving it to her because she doesn't eat when she has guests around, but yeah, she was, we were told that she's going to try some in private.
Very good. It's quite something to get your kids cooking for the Queen. Just tell us how that came about.
Well, the Duchess of Cornwall sent the invitation to enter the competition to the school, and we had to look at it and thought, yes, we would like to do that. It sounds wonderful. And it was all themed around, it had to be about seasonal produce that would be available in June, and it had to reflect the culture of your county. So we had, as a group, a number of brainstorming sessions and really wanted to reflect the shoe heritage of Northamptonshire. And we went to the local butchers and found out what would be in season in terms of meat, and we went to the local vegetable growers and found out what would be in season. And the children just were so creative, so excited, and came up with the most amazing menu.
I'm just looking at it, and one of them is diamond slippers. Tell me a little bit about those, Annie.
That was actually my invention.
Was it?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, they're basically just tiny little cakes. But they were actually adjusted quite beautifully at Buckingham Palace, and they were sort of chocolate patterned out and then cooled, and then put onto like a little cake in itself, and it was really lovely. They did sort of adjust some things, but you know, for the better, I'd say. They were beautiful. I wish that, you know, we could have brought you some. We should have.
Well, yeah, it's been